Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the history. I think it'll help make everything make a little more sense. So I started out as an artist myself, not a musician, but I was into drawing, painting, studied it my whole life, took up graphic design in college, and went to work. I was working a 9-to-5, and I actually brought a friend of mine with me to work. At the time, I was working a 9-to-5 at corporate. I was working in creative services. And he worked in the warehouse, and he fell in love with the products, got excited about it. Well, you know how they say your family is the hardest to sell? Well, you know, I thought my dad was kind of like a cheese ball. I was young, I was like 20 years old, and, you know, I didn't get it. I had grown up around network marketing and direct sales, both of my parents, and I just didn't get it. And he was so excited, he said, come on, do this thing with me. And I said, you know what, why don't you try it? And he said, I'm gonna wait for you. I stopped doing graphic design. I decided that I was going to do music. I started working on street team stuff while I was still doing graphic design, still working my 9-to-5. And I started promoting local artists that I know and helping them out. Started just getting my feet wet, getting in there and doing it. And I said, this is what I really want to do. I don't want to sit in an office. So I said, I'm going to go start a record label. Wasn't ready to do that yet. I got certified as an EMT. Decided to do that, you know, and left Market America, went back and worked, you know, a not office job. I didn't want to sit in an office. And, you know, doing all of that, I was reading my journals and things like that, and I'm saying, hey, I don't want to be stuck in a 9-to-5 the rest of my life. I don't want to work for somebody else. And I had been coming to convention and World Conference working. And, you know, I realized, I said, hey, I'm saying the same exact thing that these people are saying. And I called my friend up and I said, hey, do you still want to do this? And so we came into the business together. Within the first month, I had become activated. The first 3 months, I got my first check. So, you know, it was a very exciting time, and I was still working the music industry at the time. You know, it was right around the time that MySpace came out, and I really realized the power of social media right away. I was one of the very first people on MySpace, very first people downloading, and I was sitting there showing my sister MySpace. She was real young at the time, and I was saying, hey, you know, this is all your friends are going to be on this in a few minutes. You know, just you gotta do it now and be the first one. And he said, what is this that everybody's going to be doing? You know, my dad was listening over our shoulder. And I explained it to him, and he said, how could you make this better? And I said, really, social shopping with music. I said, you know, there's so many musicians on this, and this is the way to go. This is the way music is going. You know, so I was doing both these things at the same time. The music industry, I started my first internship at a record label out of South Jersey, just, you know, a little label. I picked up my first artist that I was managing. I started going to school for it. You know, I took my first class in music business, and that's actually what set the light bulb off for me. You know, I was irritated. I got annoyed about the music business. I learned about royalty computations. I learned that an artist that goes gold, and for those of you who don't know what that means, and I know I've talked about this before, but it was just such a big thing for me. An artist that sells 500,000 copies of their album usually ends up about $20,000 in debt. And that was like, wow, you know, something's got to change here. And also the music industry was going through a changing period with new technology, with piracy. Everybody was looking for a new model. You know, they were looking for something to do. And, you know, the other thing I have to say about my light bulb, after working with artists for a few years, I kind of understand where the labels are coming from a little bit. They are pretty good. They're not so bad. But there's definitely, the music industry needs a new model. I also was really learning about Market America. As I said, I had gotten already activated, got my first check, and I was going to every single meeting. You know, every meeting, every training, every seminar. I was showing the plan like 6 times a day on top of everything else I was doing. You know, I was really excited, but I was running myself ragged trying to do both of these. And I talked to my dad, and he said to me, you know, you can't do everything, but you know how you can do multiple things? You make them all work together. So if you want to be successful at many different things, you have to figure out how to marry them, how to make them all work in one umbrella. So I decided I had to do this, you know, and I already knew that there was an opportunity here. I saw a lot of parallels between the music industry and between Market America. You know, and they needed it. The music sales were declining. I felt that Market America was the solution. One-to-one marketing, the music industry. It's really about the interaction between the fan and the artist. It's about the interaction between people in the music industry. It's very much about who you know. It's based on networking. On the one end, and on the other end, it's based on how well you connect with your fans. And also, music fans are the sales force. You listen to a song, you like it, you tell your friend about it. Just like we talk about in this business. Have you ever seen a good movie? You ever told anyone about it? Same thing here. Music is really the best example for that. You play a song that you like for your friend. They get really excited about the artist. That's the very best sales for an artist. The promotion power, the people force. In music, they have street teams just for this purpose. You guys are the most gigantic, largest street team, and the most powerful street team. Both of these things are built on solid networks. Market America, again, is based on who you know. If you know great people, then you're going to have a great business. If you know people that aren't going to do anything, same thing here. If you know people that know what they're doing with music, if you know the right people in the music industry, you do well. There's a lot more to it than that, but systemized approach. I give the example, you look at Dr. Dre, who found a great artist, brought him into the industry, Eminem. Eminem went and did the same thing, found a great artist. That artist went and did the same thing. ABC pattern, that sounds really familiar, right, guys? That's the ABC pattern. So again, at this point, I had the two loves, Market America and the music industry, and I had to make a decision. How was I going to make this work? And I decided to marry the two. I knew this was the perfect way, and I went to my dad and I said, Dad, you got to do this. I wanted him to do it. I didn't want to do it. I said, Dad, you got to do this. You got to. And he said, you know what? There's a lot of stuff here that I'm doing in Market America. I can't do that, but I think it's great. You go figure it out. I actually took him up on the challenge. I said, okay, fine, I will. I think this is a great idea. So I went and reworked it for the next 2 years until it was right. I rode back and forth from New York, meeting with people. I was living in the Philadelphia area at the time. Just really not yet knowing a whole lot. I just was getting my feet wet in the music industry. This was almost a decade ago, and I reworked it until it was right. And then I went in and I had to really sell my dad on it and get him to let me present it to the rest of corporate's team. And then finally, I got to begin the official development, and that took another 2 years. And so here we are now. We have a wonderful corporate team, and guess what, guys? These guys started out just with a dream. They started out just believing in what we were doing. I didn't start out with a big budget. I didn't start out going in. I had to sell people on it, and they helped me in those initial stages, and they just jumped in. They said, we believe in this. We're going to do this. So these guys really, can you guys give my team a round of applause? So what are we doing now? We are attaching the ability for artists to sell products and make money on that. They're getting business volume. It's similar to what we do with the NPO program. And what does that do for you? That has all of that flow up. So in two ways. One, if you're a certified artist developer, obviously you're working directly with the artist, picking who's on the platform. But even if you're not, you find music that you like on the platform or that someone else will like. Remember, you don't have to like all of the music. You just have to know who will like it. You don't have to, doesn't have to be for you. But if you know somebody that likes metal, give them a metal song. It's not about what you like. It's about the customer and knowing the customer, just like with anything else. You find out about your customer. Once you find music that they like, that's an easy intro to the platform. And the artist has every reason. I'm going to get into in a second, the artist has a spot on their site to showcase Market America products, which ones they built their outfit with or built their face with their makeup, what they use for their health and nutrition to get their fans excited about that. Okay, so this is our brand new homepage. And this, usually I show you mock-ups, what's about to happen. This is what the homepage is going to look like. This is our new homepage, our 3.0 homepage. This is the new artist profile page. Up at the top, this is designed to be more like a web page for the artist. Up at the top, they have the home tab, the music tab, the merchandise tab. In the merchandise tab, it has their merchandise, their songs, but also their favorite Market America products. They create a store. They say, hey, I love to use Mocha Tonics when I'm in the studio. They get to write a little testimonial on why they like it, and it goes right up in their store. You also see who their fans are, who else likes it, and not all of them are going to be connected to somebody. And guess what? The CADs are trying to work with the fans, but an artist that has thousands of fans, they're not going to be able to reach every one of them. You can reach out to their fans, and you're helping the artist by doing that, by getting yourself a new customer. Their fans are all collected right here. You get to see what people think about the artist, who likes it, if you specialize in health and nutrition and you find that a lot of their fans are in need of that type of stuff or are the type of people that would be excited about it, you get to know their fans. The fans have profiles. We have profile pages. Conquer charts, so you can find out who people are really getting excited about, who the fans are rating high, so who you can share with other people. Events page, and in a few minutes I'm going to bring on our events director to talk about this. I also want to talk to you about Justina, which we have her record label, Universal SRC, out here with us. Her manager, Lee Resnick, who's a partner in the label, is here. We've partnered with Universal. We're having our first ever artist NMTSS tour. And I'm not just talking about the big events. I'm talking about she's coming to your UBPs, to your town, to come meet you guys, talk to your prospects, shake hands, and get to know everybody. She's taking 2 months out of her life to do this. She's appearing on a VH1 reality show where she is going to talk about Conquer. Everything that she's doing, she's associating with Market America and Conquer. She's a distributor herself. She's going to be on VH1's Beluga Heights, and she's going to talk about you guys. She's scheduled to perform in the 2012 Warped Tour, and everything with her, she's going to promote Conquer. That you guys get the benefit of everything that she does. So now I'm going to bring out our head of events, our director of touring and events, who has built a beautiful system for us. She was another one of our volunteers, and she's been with us for about 2 years and has spent this time building you a beautiful event system that you guys can plug into. Okay, this is not just for the artists. This is for you guys to have a sexy, beautiful thing, a fun thing to bring a younger prospect out to. You bring them to this fun, sexy show, and it's like bringing them to a product preview, and they learn about the business, and they get to see some of your products, which is the music. Not too far. So Elsi Pacheco.
Thank you, Amanda, and thank you, everybody. Hello, how's everybody doing? Woo! Well, I wanted to let you all know that I've been very privileged and very lucky to be in the hospitality industry for over 20 years now. And during the same time, I ran the Latin division for Verizon's PR and marketing department. Now, what I did once I started volunteering with Conquer Entertainment and seeing the business and seeing Market America, I took my 20+ years experience and I brought it to Conquer Entertainment and our events department, and not only events, also social media. Now, with your help, the distributors, and as well as the CADs, as Amanda mentioned, you are our promotional force. You are our street team, and we need you. Now, one cool fact that I want to let you all know, as JR mentioned and Dennis mentioned, we do have some hiccups with our development. Everybody has them in the beginning, that's okay. Now, from 2010 to 2011, our Facebook fan page, just a fan page, not a website, had a little over 170,000 views, which is okay, not terrible. From 2011 to 2012, from 1 year, just on fan page, we have over 2 million hits on our fan page, okay? That's huge. And that's just fan page, so I cannot imagine, and I'm so excited when 3.0 finally rolls out, we're gonna have 2 million people checking out our website. Now, as you saw on the slide in 3.0, we researched for months. I mean, we would not sleep, not eat, And what we did, we said, well, what websites offer touring, events, how can artists make money, and how can we make it better? And what we said was, the CADs will make it better, and Market America will make it better, and we'll make it together. Now, our artists are now going to have a home on our site that they're able to include their recommended events, Conquer Entertainment events that we host in the corporate team, and you all know that the Conquer Entertainment events are popping. Hello, do we all know that the Conquer Entertainment events are popping, the after party? Good.
Good one, Elsie.
Shameless plug for the Friday after party tomorrow. We'll also have real-time events included, as well as announced events by some of our top artists like Lady Gaga, Madonna, Justin Bieber. I'm sure you've heard of those. So not only are we speaking about our artists, we're also going to let you all know about what's going on in the world, period. Now, as JR mentioned, of course, we do have hiccups, but we said to ourselves, and Amanda and the team, which we worked so hard to put this together, we said, well, how can we let them make money now? Why are we holding them from promoting? So what we did is we created a process that will do just that. It'll help our artists make money. This site will be available February 13th, 2012. So right after the CAD training, which is this Sunday and Monday, another shameless plug, by the way, you'll be able to have your artists input their information, any tours, any events that they have. You send them into the site. We're going to let you all know. So make sure you become a fan of our Facebook page, because that's how we're going to update you all. And this site is going to include featured events. It's also going to include current events. And the best part is venues can apply to become official Conquer events venues. So any place that you know, any venue you know, restaurants, bars, any place that you know that wants to host events where you can spread the word. You can spread the word on motives. You can spread the word on your artists. Let them know that they can apply. They can upload their current and upcoming events and start making money now, which I think is the name of the game, is making money now, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I know I want to. I also want to let you all know that included in our events and included in our current tourings, we have the legendary World Cafe live in Philly, so they're one of our official venues. We also have the legendary Copacabana in New York City, which huge. And now we also locked down the Hard Rock Cafe, and not just in Miami. All Hard Rock Cafe wants to work and partner with Conquer Entertainment so that we can host showcases at Hard Rocks all over the US.
So you guys can take your prospects out to Hard Rock Cafe for a showcase and introduce them to the business that way. How was that for a great first introduction to the business?
And what that does, it incentivizes everybody to work together. Venues, artists, distributors, you can host meetings there. So remember, Conquer is here to work with everybody and, again, make money. Did I say that already? I think so.
Yes.